Happy Carnival! And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Today is a super special day for me because out front in my driveway right now, there are two very beautiful vehicles for our guests tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Farhad Grotto Bug Patrol.
Hey,
that's it.
All right.
So, welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
us.
So, something that's so special about y'all is that every parade that I think I've ever attended, it's either y'all or the green and yellows that are leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
How many parades exactly do y'all ride in a given year?
I'll let our parade marshal answer that one.
So Barry LeBar, I'm the Farhad Grotto Parade Marshal, so all the scheduling comes through me on everything. So actually this year, man, we got 32 parades booked between the group. So kicking off from a Crew of Boo all the way to the Jesuit Bend Easter Parade that we do out there. So bunch. We do a lot. We definitely do a lot.
Oh yeah,
and everything. So
how did the group come to be? I mean, obviously, y'all are all members of the Masons, correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
Yes.
We are Freemasons, come from a Blue Lodge, and the Farhad Grotto is pretty much, I guess you can consider it an offshoot.
Yes.
It's an offshoot. It's a very social offshoot.
Okay.
A lot of Master Masons that have been raised go to different other groups. We went to the Farhad Grotto. We got a couple of brothers that go to the Shrine. Some go Scottish Rite. There are lots of different options once you get raised to a Master Mason and Freemasonry.
Yeah, but the basis of the group is you have to be a Freemason to do it, and so we call it like the Masonic playground to do that.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But we have a long lineage. So we started. So Grottos International, the governing body of the Grotto, started in 1889.
Oh wow!
Did that? Yes. So Hamilton, New York, September 10th, 1889. 1889, and then branched off. So our Supreme is based out of Ohio now. They do that, and then the individual locations are grottos. We call them grottos, and then each grotto chooses their name. So our name is Farhad Grotto of New Orleans, and we were founded in 1939. So we've been around that long to do that. So quite a legacy.
Yeah, Farhad Grotto is actually the first grotto in Louisiana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so established in 1939. Some people say Farhad. Some people say Farhad.
Yes.
I've heard some people say forehead, and it's like, no, it's not forehead.
Not forehead.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways I've heard it said.
Yeah.
So how did the buggy thing come to be?
Yeah, so kind of an interesting story, a lot of history behind that. But into the late 50s and the 60s, we originally started out with Harley Davidson motorcycles. We had black and red motorcycles, and for years that went by, members got older, but the technology never changed on the Harley. So when they're doing these long parades, so examples that were given to me by, say, like other members, my grandfather and my dad, it was that they literally the engines would heat up so hot that it would almost start to boil the gas in the gas tank.
Oh.
So they started having lots of incidences. A big one was there was right near Garrier Hall, on St. Charles Avenue. They have the the streetcar lines, and there's a gap between the rail and the concrete that's right there. So the vibration of the motorcycles would get so bad that it would throw the bike kickstand down. So when they would go to take off, it would hang up in that crack and literally whipped and threw a bike over. So then after that, it was like, we got to make a decision. We need to move on from the motorcycles. I guess the founding of the Bug Patrol as we see it today was my grandfather Don LeBar and Mr. Sonny Noblock, and they came up with the Myers-Manx dune buggy styles. The guys converted their Harleys, all moved over to the dune buggies, and that started in 1972. So we were always involved in the parades with the motorcycles, and then just transitioned into the dune buggies. And yep,
I seem to remember some motorcycles when I was a kid. I mean, they must have transitioned over some time.
They did. So not everybody transitioned at the same time. Like, there's always a process that's involved. So we had dune buggies with motorcycles for a period, and then eventually it just became all the dune buggies that are on there. So.
Yeah, we actually had someone recently reach out to us on Facebook asking, I need some pictures of the Bug Patrol Harleys. And I've messaged him. I'm like, what Harleys are they even talking about right now?
It's
like,
like,
what Harleys? Like, only Harleys I know about are the yellow and green ones that the Shrine have.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that. Apparently we had them.
I remember
as well.
because they were old bikes, and they just had that old mechanical look to them.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of the guys when I was a kid, and he was like, "Yeah, it's from 1945 or whatever the bike was.
That's right.
It was an old bike,
I think they rode them into the right into the 60s with everything right before, and I think there was like a 3 to 4 year transition period before they took over with the dune buggy style that we did. Wanted to be safer, and then also like guest riding and things. You're on the back of a motorcycle. Kind of wanted to make a little change on that aspect of it. So, but to get into like the Bug Patrol, the name and how that came about was just like you have a dune buggy, right? So here we are looking, the grandfather, Sonny No Block, staring at it, and there's literally a gap in the front of the car between the gas tank fill nozzle that's in the front of the dune buggy and the front bumper. And they're like, we got to put something there. We got to have like a symbol, that identifies us. And sure enough, they were brainstorming and buggy, what matches with buggy, bug, and then somebody blurted out one day, a ladybug, Bug Patrol. Let's do that. And then there's also the symbolism behind that, because with anything else that's chosen, it's like, hey, how do you define that symbol, like what it's about? And a ladybug is always a symbol of good luck, things like that. It's everything's always usually tied into the symbolism of things.
Especially Freemasonry loves their symbolism. So
it
ties in real well. Ties in real well.
Yeah, and that's when we started the Bug Patrol, and then kind of the backtrack, even the history of like the name Farhad, like how did that come about? So it's got it into past antiquity, pretty much Persian epics and things that are that were written, and they grabbed to kind of put it in there as that title. So it's pretty cool, like when you get into all that stuff and like how they came up with different things. And then here we are, just having a good time all the time. But that's kind of the history of it gets kind of pushed off to the side, especially for the younger guys like me and him. And it's just like, you got to go back and do a little more research on it to find out what's going on.
Unfortunately, since Farhad Grotto's been around for a long time, a lot of those guys are gone now.
Yeah.
So trying to get more history, it's kind of slim pickings at this point. I know his dad is really our main source of history. Because obviously, with his grandfather and everything.
Right, yeah.
And so that's kind of the most, and a few other guys from, what they've heard through the grapevine of what happened back 30s, 40s, 50s, stuff like that. But, we're actually we're looking to improve that aspect of our history. But, we do have a long history in New Orleans.
We get a lot of contacts. It's mostly people like researching like their family members that were a member of like the grotto.
Yes, we get
like,
a lot of messages.
You have old pictures of such and stuff like that, and unfortunately we don't have a historian. So that's something we're trying to work on to be better at. But we do have a storage facility with pictures and memorabilia and all this other stuff that we have, but we haven't had anybody go through it and kind of like catalog it at this point. It's just kind of slipped through time and for focus.
Yeah,
that's something we need to do.
It is, because
something that I'll give you advice on to do is just take out your phone and set up your phone against a cocktail glass and record an interview with your dad, with y'all's elders that are that know a lot of the history. Get it now while you can from them, and then if you're recording it, then you've at least got a
some type of
snapshot in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had to have had a historian back in the day.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
time
sure.
passes, people have fun, people do things, priorities change, and we're looking to get someone established as a historian, and we're probably looking at each other saying it's probably going to be us.
It's probably gonna be one of us, and I'm like,
It's probably going to be us.
yeah.
Yeah. But, just kind of touching base again on the history of Farhad Grotto. We kind of alluded to y'all earlier, like, we have history with Southport Hall. So if you know a little bit of Southport Hall's history about its illegal beginnings, and at one point, I believe Carlos Marcello owned Southport Hall.
Yeah.
Well, we took it over. Farhad Grotto took over Southport Hall sometime after that in the 60s.
Yes, in the 60s.
I don't know who knew Carlos Marcello or his associates, but somehow we came to owning or leasing it.
I think
thought we owned it.
Yeah, I think it was like an ownership, and then eventually went to like a lease.
Yeah, so we owned
thing
Southport
from
Hall
previous owner.
from the 60s to 80s, 90s? For a while.
For a while until we moved over to the Hickory location in Harahan.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it was. That was the meeting spot that was on there. So
Yeah, so it goes to show that we've been around for so long. We've got history at Southport Hall. Like Barry just said, we're over here in at the end of Harahan now, at another location of ours that we own and also lease. Just kind of adding to the history of from what we've learned. And we were talking about the doubloons earlier, about the different ones that we used to throw. Well, way back in the day, Farhad Grotto used to throw doubloons with the pictures of that year's monarch on it. And so, do you got some of your grandfather?
I do.
He's got some doubloons of his grandfather. Yeah. And just in doing some research myself, I found out that another monarch of the Farhad Grotto back then was Dr. Alton Ochsner. The founder of Ochsner was a member of the Farhad Grotto and was our monarch for, I think, not just 1 year, a couple of different years.
Probably a couple of different years, yeah.
And so I've seen pictures of the doubloons. I haven't held one in my hand.
I have tons of old doubloons. I'll look through them.
Yeah, and so the monarchs used to, have their own doubloons with their pictures on it. I'm not really sure when that stopped. Probably at some point, maybe 80s, 90s.
It was the biggest thing. It was like, I think in the early 90s it stopped because of the expense
Yeah.
of getting the doubloons made.
Yeah.
Nobody local makes them anymore.
I think the
You
last
have to
time that we ended
buy
up
'em
pricing out like a doubloon was like 60 cents a doubloon to make.
That sounds about right.
That was around there.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it right now, bringing it back, because that is the number one ask for our group. Do you still have the doubloons? Do you have a doubloon? And that kind of thing. So it's just like, we do 32 parades.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of doubloons.
That's a lot of
You
doubloons.
do like wood nickels,
and like
pretty cheap.
the amount of stuff that we throw in that year, starting with Crew all the way through, is we have a lot. It's significant.
How
Like
many
people
bags
talk.
of Tootsie Rolls will you go through in an average year?
So
I don't even know.
we kind of stopped the Tootsie
Yeah,
Roll
the
thing
Tootsie
for
Rolls
a
kind of
while.
stopped. I remember my
It's
first year just riding with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the Tootsie Rolls, obviously the double bubble.
Yeah,
That's where a
the
lot of
double
people
bubble.
know us from.
Oh,
They come up, you got some gum? You got some bubble gum? Go to him up front. He's got bubble gum.
He's
in
got
his I'm not
bubble gum.
throwing that anymore.
Me and him are more like the bead guys. I'll keep a bucket in there, or I'll get some some dum-dums and stuff, for the kids. But most of the time, like, everybody has their own selection, but we're always known for the Tootsie Rolls, the bubble gum,
The double bubble.
and trying to move away from that. But man, when it gets hot, and especially in that dune buggy, like, it's the Tootsie Rolls start to melt, and like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, what do you
It can become a mess.
It can become a mess pretty quick. And then the double bubbles, not the same way that they used to make it. Like, within 5 minutes, you're like trying to spit it out the car because you've been trying to chew on something.
Right.
The flavor goes away.
My problem is I like to throw.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, I remember the first time riding with him, I'm like, I'm going to bring like 4 or 5 jugs. I was gone through all of them within 45 minutes. And I'm like,
it was a downtown night parade, and he goes, hey, how much farther we got? And I'm like, dude, we're like a quarter of the way through. He goes, man, I got 2 more boxes left. And I'm like,
blew through it.
we got a long way to go, buddy. We're going to stretch it out a little bit. But
Learn
he was
to wave, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally just grabbing handfuls out
Right.
the bucket and just like to the kids.
Yeah,
like,
he
"Here
thought
you
he
go,
was on
man."
float 9 of Endymion and
Right,
letting it rip the whole time. You know?
Hey, I was having fun.
We got to spread it out a little bit because everything that we do carry is in our buggies, and we got limited space. So it's like,
Yeah.
imagine sticking. There's 4 people in the bug. You know, you got your family with you or your friends and stuff, and we got beads stuffed everywhere. Everything can match up. Like a guy's sitting down, and they just got stacks on top of. They're just sitting around driving, like just throwing stuff out as much as you can. But it's fun. So we've been trying to change things up on the throw aspect as well. We're seeing a lot with the crews changing up too. There's been a lot of talk about like the beads, the waist, and things like that.
Yeah,
and
crew-
I think the crews are doing a great job
Right,
with
crew
it.
of Farhad, I think is pretty much
Yeah.
leading
they
all glass.
leading the change with the glass beads and other
I've been
custom
doing
crew
glass
stuff.
for a few years now, just because, I mean, I don't want to buy something and just throw it and have it hit the ground and stay there. To
And
me,
that-
that's no fun.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part. It's like you want, you're trying to have it's like when you're throwing a bead, you're trying to have like a personal interaction with somebody. You know, you're grabbing their attention, especially in the parade. I mean, we got the music blaring, we got the open pipes, and then we're almost sitting on the ground. So imagine, like the crowd is up on the median, on the median pretty much. They're overlooking you. It's like you're looking up to them to throw something to them, and people don't really realize that aspect, especially with the downtown parades. It's
Yeah.
like, wow. It's
yeah,
like
you're not
everybody
really
is
looking like
in,
2
they're
3
in the
levels
buggy with
behind
you.
people.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're really not seeing them.
The interaction's pretty much face to face, like hand to hand, and it's you really got to kind of get our attention to do that because it's loud. It's,
I go, Tootsie Roll!
Tootsie Rolls. And you look, you yell at Tootsie Rolls, there's a handful that's
Somebody
coming at
always
you.
looks at me,
There's
rolls
a
their
handful.
eyes, and chucks them at me.
That's me. Like I'm a big fan of that. Like I literally reach in the bucket and I just boom, just throw it out. Maybe like 50 at a time, letting it rip. But
Yeah, we're exploring a lot of different options. One good idea I had was maybe a couple of small airport bottles of Malort. Yeah, everybody loves Malort.
Right, yeah, that's a change.
So, but I don't know. I think it might be
You
shot
could
down.
do the flavored Tootsie Rolls, maybe? No.
They do all the bags. We
We'll
do
see.
such a variety of stuff between the it all depends on what's going on. We have the specialty stuff, and I was looking down. You guys actually have a little bit of it right there. So,
Yeah,
I mean, between the dune buggy beads,
the
and
oyster
then
shell.
Oh,
we got the oyster shells, and then the ladybugs
Yeah,
that
And-
are on there. And then we're doing you got the Christmas decoration right there, on the back in the bag,
okay.
right behind it.
Yeah.
To do that. So
Well, there was also one that I caught like a decade ago that I thought I was the bee's knees when I caught this thing. It's a pin that says, "I go to parades just to see the Bug Patrol."
There you go. That's the old logo. I think that's the original. Is it the original
I
logo?
think it's the original
That's the
logo
original.
on
I
there.
think I want to say we still have boxes full of those pins.
We got them somewhere.
Yeah.
We have to look at it, do that. But it's crazy that you bring that up because somebody on the parade route last year literally had a giant poster sign laid up, and with the whole title with that design on their poster. And let me tell you, when we passed them up, we must have had 18 buggies, and we unleashed on whoever that person was. And whoever that person is, like, we'll get to the end of it, but reach out to us, like to know who you are and stuff.
Yeah.
But we threw. Oh, I mean, the amount of stuff that we dumped on top of them, it was so cool to see that.
Yeah.
That was out there, and it's just like, you just were like, wow. It's like, where did they get that from? And I'm like, that was the old buttons, and sure enough, boom, boom, and everybody just starts throwing at them. It was pretty cool to see that,
I would venture to say that's probably the most worn of those buttons
Yeah,
that
it's
there's
awesome.
ever been, because it stays on that hat.
I gotta
Yeah.
find you another and get you one.
Yeah, it's got the Mardi Gras colors on the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should need to take
And
that
mine's
into
getting
account.
a little bit faded just from
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
Look,
constant
that
sunlight on
actually
parade rides and
gives
all.
us a new idea of something to pursue, maybe a modernized version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's something. Like I said, we're exploring different options on different Bug Patrol specific throws. It obviously has to make sense financially.
Yeah.
Riding average of 25 to 30 parades per parade season, because it's not just Mardi Gras. Obviously it's Caribou and
I mean, the whole
the
buggy
Christmas
doesn't make
parade.
sense financially.
Yeah, the Sugar Bowl parade, St. Patrick's parade, Irish Italian parade,
Christmas
all
parades, like
Yeah.
the Children's Hospital, Christmas parade that we do, and then it all flows into parade season, and we start off, and it goes. Yeah, we actually have 4 parades in one day. The first weekend of Mardi Gras this year, so that Saturday we were in 4 parades.
Jeez.
So we, unfortunately, at that time we got to split the group up a little bit,
Yeah.
to do it and make it work to accommodate everything. But man, when we come together on those big parade days to do
when
that,
there's
it's
like 50 of y'all
yeah,
running.
it's something to see.
I hope it looks like that.
We'd
We'd like to get it to that
How
number.
many do y'all actually have?
26
26
Okay.
total, but average riding every year.
between 18
18.
on the big time when we're all together and we have one parade. We kind of
Yeah.
average between 16 to 20-ish range.
Yeah.
That's on there, depending on what's going on. We got guys that also ride in different parades too, so they'll won't ride that day. They'll go ride like
We got some
Toad
guys
and
will do
Demi and
toe,
Bacchus,
yeah,
like,
all that.
things like that. So yeah,
We look good out there, don't we? Though,
Yeah.
because I love our brothers in the shrine, but we look really good uniform.
Yeah.
All the red dune buggies, same rims, same uniform. That's another thing that we've modernized. We had some other, I forget some weird shirts that I was just like, I'm not wearing that shit. We gotta modernize.
The hard part about it is like if we had white into the shirts, and so something like happens, like we're in dune buggies, they're Volkswagens, right?
Yeah.
So they do break, and if you got to slide underneath the car to go change out a clutch cable or a throttle cable
Right.
during the parade, or like a spark
plugs,
plug,
yeah.
spark plugs go out all the time,
all the time.
and just the sheer like black soot in the heat coming off that thing, and then sure enough, the guy that was down there helping comes out, and he's just
Yeah,
like,
he looks
boom,
like a chimney
covered.
sweep.
Yep, yeah,
So we're
pretty
like,
much, yeah.
We got to figure out something. We got to get away from the white. We need to pick a color. We didn't want black. We wanted to keep the red with everything and change it up. So
Yeah, so
that
yeah,
was
we
really
modernize on the new shirts and new hats.
good. Yeah.
So is everyone that's a member of the Grotto a Bug Patrol participant?
No,
No.
we've got separate units. Ours is obviously the Bug Patrol unit. That is something we did take into account when we designed the new shirts. We didn't want to specifically just say Bug Patrol. That's why we only got it to say Farhad Grotto New Orleans.
Yeah.
That way, not just us, but also the other guys in the grotto can wear their grotto polo shirts as well whenever they want.
So with Farhead, so there's the general membership, and then we have branches like within the grotto. So we have the Bug Patrol unit, us of course, and then we also have the Clown unit that's on there. So we have 2 Clown units, 2 separate units that are on there. There's
Yeah.
a white bus and then a green bus that's
Right.
on there. So we're separate to do that,
Yeah.
but we're always usually together. But usually you can see us. It's usually front to back to front, depending on the orientation and how we're listed on the parade, lineup sheets and stuff like that. So, which is pretty cool. But kind of to backtrack a little bit, like we were joking about the candy, the Tootsie Rolls and things. So, like, why do we throw that? Why do we throw candy and stuff? Well, because of we're a 501c3,
Yeah.
and we donate. And our biggest, what we try to donate to is through our humanitarian foundation, which is pretty much our Dr. Smiles, is that what they call it?
Dr. Smiles. Yeah.
To do that. So what we do is kids, adults with special needs or don't have the means, so that all the money that we earn, we donate to that. So we donate to dentistry to help those kids and adults, to cover anesthesia costs, to cover their dental needs on there. So like the Shrine has Shrine Hospital, but this is what we go after. That's like our main humanitarian effort to do that.
Freemasonry is a lot of it is charity.
Yeah.
Lots of charity.
Just Freemasonry
Lots of
itself, it's all about their dyslexic program. And like you said, Shriners have the Shriners hospitals, the Grotto. We've got the Humanitarian Foundation with the Dr. Smiles. So I'm not really sure what Scottish Rite has.
I'm not sure.
But they all have some form of main charity that they focus
Yeah.
on.
Is it?
And so
Do
that's
that.
our main focus. And but besides that, we do have some other ones that we're starting to support locally as well. I think you got more info on Pelican Palooza.
Yeah,
And that's
so
we
that was a big one.
provide donations, charity for kids with special needs to have summer camps, right?
Yeah, so
Summer camps.
kids with like cardiac problems and things like that. So we sponsor them to go through their camp,
Right.
Their Camp Pelican
Yeah.
over the summertime. That's a big thing for us. And then they having a big event over at Southport Hall,
Yeah.
Right.
Pelican
Just,
Palooza.
what, last week or week before?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just a
last
couple
week.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago. Show up and support them. We support the Bright School for special needs school. So the Little Rascals Parade that we are in, and we usually have at least 16 to 18 buggies. We ride a family with one of those students. So one of the daughters of our members is like a teacher there and stuff, and got us onto that, and it's been fantastic. We love doing it. It's what we're all about. That's what we like to do. So if you do see us in Little Rascals and we have our riders with us, that's the Bright School.
Yeah.
We put their special banner out in the front. It's something we really enjoy
Right.
doing a lot.
We also the one on River Road, in Old
Yes.
Jefferson.
So
Always
we
forget
have
the name.
the
The one off of
that's-
Central. It's
that's-
another special needs home. Jefferson.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Magnolia,
School. Sorry.
yeah. We
right
also
there,
we also
Magnolia School.
support them. We do something for Christmas every year
Christmas.
for all.
We do the
All the
dress up
special
as
needs
Santa
people there.
Claus. We take as the group, as the Grotto and stuff with the different units. Like we show up. One of the guys dressed up as Santa Claus. We take pretty much. They need like toothbrushes, sunglasses, like all kind of different things and stuff like that, and we gift it to them and do that process. And it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Get to
so-
see their face. We have a really good time. We got the music cranked up. Everybody's dancing, having fun. So that's
Yeah, we've been doing that one for quite
quite some time. Yeah, quite, yeah.
Pelican Palooza is fairly new. I think we were in
Yeah.
our third year.
Yeah, I would say the Bright School and the Pelican Palooza,
fairly
that aspect of it have been fairly new to us within like the last 3 years to do that. Yeah, but the core of it is the Humanitarian Foundation with on that. And at the Grotto, we used to have a dentist chair that was like in the back. And that's what they did. We actually had dentists that would come in and volunteer their time, go in the back and, work on the kids, work on the adults and stuff. And that was it. See them on their way and everything was great. It was amazing. But then, of course, things change over time. Like, you just can't throw a dentist chair like in the back or somewhere,
Yeah.
Now it's like, with anything else, insurance and regulations and things.
liabilities, all that.
So now what we do is we just try to funnel that money and support like a dentist office and help
Yeah.
them pay for their time, cover their cost stuff, and then usually we're fought back and say no, don't worry about it. I got this. This is
Yeah,
we're-
but believe it or not, we
yeah.
still do get inquiries. We got an email from a dentist a few months ago,
Yeah.
interested in helping out.
Yeah.
Hey man, I need some free work.
There you go. They do it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so it's good to see that people are learning what we do, and the fact that we had this dentist reach out and wants to help out and donate
That's
his
a-
time and
that's a great
expertise.
cause.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
It's a great cause because really a lot of your health is based upon your health of your teeth. So if those go bad, things go south quickly.
Yeah.
It's-
There's all the new studies coming out that about Alzheimer's and different diseases that they're talking about stemming from, say mouth bacteria infections, not taking care of
Your
teeth.
dental health.
There's all this new technology coming out with doing different things, and that's what we try to do, put towards that. So as a Grotto's international, worldwide, that goes to the Humanitarian Foundation. That's our number one to do that. So
That's our focuses for now. We're always looking to see if there's anything else we can try to fill as well. But obviously, you just by the different charities that we do support, we are always trying to support people with special needs in some way, shape, or form. They're the ones that need the help the most.
Yeah.
Right. So.
They have it tough enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
absolutely.
Especially like all the fun events, It's me helping out with material things or dentistry and all that's wonderful, but showing up and giving them a good time, I think, is really
Definitely.
really important.
Definitely.
Then we also do the bicycles as well to do that. Lakeland
the,
Payton would take care of that, but we actually we have bicycles made for special needs kids. So families come out there. So
That was
there's
through-
a different group within our organization that handles that. I can't really speak to it too much. What's that now?
Is that a Merrill?
I can't remember.
Something
That
like
do that, but they they take care of that aspect of it. They find like a family in need, kids with special needs, that they can do that, and it's like almost like a 2 to 3 passenger bike, but they got the special seats built in, like with the seat belts. Like it is incredible to see once they build these things up and do that, and they pick 1 or 2 families a year to do that. And when I say pick 1 or 2 families, they're usually reaching out to us, and like we don't say no. We're never going to say no to that, absolutely. But usually the case is about 1 or 2 families a year. So if somebody does need help, like reach out to us. We'd love to do that. So
within the grotto, like once you hit like that certain level or whatever, to where you're eligible per se to join the Bug Patrol, like how's that initiation process into the Bug Patrol particularly happen? Like does someone like see you outside like wiping a bug off your window, and it's like, that guy cares for his car. Hey, you like cars, right? Come on,
You expect these guys to give away Masonic?
Yeah, I'm over here
secrets?
debating what can we divulge and what can we not.
But it's pretty. I mean, once everything goes through, so
yeah,
once
like okay, I'm a member of the Masons.
Yeah.
I reach certain grade levels or whatever of being a Mason.
Yeah.
To where I'm a Master Mason or what have you. To where I assume that there's a time limit per se, to where it's like, show that you're not just like in the Masons for a year and then you're gonna leave us.
Go off,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So no matter what, we always have the lodge to do that. But once we do get through our degrees and do that, become Master Masons, then everyone in our lodge belongs to a different group. So there's usually like a sponsored person that's in there. So within our lodge, we're the Grotto guys. They got the Shrine guys. They got the Scottish Rite guys. They got the Knights Templar. Like, oh, right this way, brother. Come on over here. Let me talk to you about this a little bit.
You're pretty much already getting recruited.
You're getting recruited for different things. So it's like,
once you become a Master Mason, they're trying to recruit
guys
you.
that just,
come join us.
They want to stay within the lodge and do their thing. That's what they want to do. And then there are others that want to kind of see what's going on out there, and then that's what they do. So you do a little recruitment on there, and then you get them over. But everybody starts to ask, and there's one who goes, oh, those guys are in the Bug Patrol over there. Those that's the red dune buggies, and all that stuff. So they joke about it. It's like the little internal talk. But yeah, once that path happens, they show interest. They you petition to join the grotto. You're checked out. Everybody, we go to a meeting, we vote on you, and make sure you're outstanding person and individual. And there you are. You go through. You get voted in. You're initiated into the grotto through our ceremonies, and then within it, you can like the Masonic side, you can stay in, or you can stick with the grotto aspect of it, or you can split off, do both. You can stay with the grotto, get into the lineup, or you can go do the Bug Patrol, you can go do the clowns. It's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but we know some guys that do all three. They're still at your home lodge, participating there. They'll join grotto, they'll join the shrine. Some of them, I think, will even do Scottish Rite as well, and they'll do them all at the same time.
Yeah. And then they joke around. The saying is, you're making your wives or Masonic widows, because you're involved in all this. And you'll see it out there. Like, there's all over stuff all over the internet. They got memes coming on there. My Masonic widow, and they got a little pop it up over there and stuff. And they joke around about it and stuff. But yeah, it's great, and that's usually the process of what happens, on there. And then it's usually legacy guys that are coming in, their kids, their grandkids, and stuff like that. Just coming back into it, that were raised on the grotto, raised on the red dune buggies, raised in the clown units and things like that, and that's what they decide to do and do that stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Just the LaBars alone, that third generation, and his brother has sons.
Yeah, my brother's got 2 sons.
There will be fourth generation.
I'm a father of 2 girls, so the dune buggies, my dune buggy is most likely going to one of my nephews. So to do that, and it's great. So there's my grandfather, my father, myself, and then 2 of my brothers that are in it. And it's one of my brothers, the youngest brother, is actually the youngest member right now. He's just turning 23. that's over there. So he joined 2 years ago. So he was
He
21.
just needs a little bit more practice on the 4-speed.
On the 4-speed. The kids nowadays, they just know in there and just drop the column and roll in it. But he's
He
doing
needs
a
a
good
little
job with
practice.
it. He's going through college right now. He's
We love
living
you,
it up.
Zach.
Yeah, he's living the college life right now. And once he gets out and he gets some more time, hopefully that is the case. But yeah, we ended up building him one too. So
Yeah, I actually drove my first year
yeah,
because I wasn't ready yet.
Those
with
4
my
speeds,
bugs.
is it a standard clutch or is it the semi-automatic?
nope, standard
Standard.
clutch. Standard clutch.
You,
yeah.
They used to have those bugs where you just let
Yeah.
your foot off the gas and
Yep.
threw it in the gear.
That's it.
There was
They
no
took
clutch.
it was the bus transmissions and stuff that they had in there and threw them on there. It all depended, but the thing is that though the transmission in that engine and with everything on the back of it, you had to be reinforced in the back. So remember, you go get a chance to go look at the automatics and stuff. They're beefed up in the back. There's like almost like a small I-beam that comes across of it that supports that transmission, and you can see how low. You can tell an automatic because it literally the back end sits down and the front end sitting up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's on there. So it's awesome. They just unfortunately, if you get yourself a hold of one, they're very hard to come by on there. I remember as a kid, riding the parades. We had a gentleman, Mr. Black. I can't remember his last name at the time, but he had one arm. That it was an injury in the oil field, so he had like a little hook, like Captain Hook, and he was the first one to have the automatic transmission. But I was always like laughing with him all the time as a kid. Everybody would be a little scared of him, but Mr. Black had come up to Mr. Black and he'd shake your hand with the hook and stuff as a kid, and it was like I loved it. I was like, Mr. Black, how do you drive that thing? He goes, oh, little LeBar, I got this stick shift over here. I got the automatic. We're good to go. And man, he was such a blast. It's such an enjoy. And yeah. I talked to my dad about him a lot, but yeah, that was he always stuck out to me with that. And he'd sit there and he'd throw the beads and stuff, and he had like where it's separated as a claw and grab it, and he would just send it out. It was amazing. It was amazing to see that. So
we have a lot of characters.
Yeah, good. Yeah, lots of characters.
A lot of characters.
Yeah.
So before the show, y'all were telling us, that besides being just a labor of love per se for the time that you do maintenance and build out of your bug, but also the time that you spend driving. I mean, it's a pretty big investment for all of the maintenance stuff and the build out. I mean, from what it sounds like, I think that a lot of people think that you can go to like the junkyard and get $1,000 bug, and $2,000 later you've got a bug patrol.
Right.
And it's like, no, I mean, from what y'all were telling me, it's in like the deep into the 5 digits. With some of the
You can. Now, if you wanted to go out there and take the cheapest route possible, the reliability will never be there. So the investments that we put into these bugs, the time, the sheer time and manpower, a lot of the stuff we build up ourselves. Like we walk through talking about the chassis. I mean, we build the chassis up, we take the aluminum stuff off,
we beef
cut the steel, we beef them up.
Especially with the
Just in
streets
case.
out here, you have no choice but to beef it up.
Streets out here, people not paying attention on their cell phones, and they're made to kind of take a hit now just in case something were to happen. And we have roll bars, but a lot of times they don't want to be termed roll bars because it's not a Baja buggy. They want to call it a show bar.
Right.
But we make it to where it's a roll bar. So if something were to happen, we have that extra protection that's on there.
But first you will fly out of the bug.
You will.
If it's serious.
Right.
So
that's why there's no seatbelts.
We don't have seatbelts.
You would prefer to get flung out than get stuck in, is what I was told.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, that makes sense.
It's like a go-kart. It's a big go-kart that we try to do. And then we buckle our passengers in the back during the parade, of course, and do that. But, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into these bugs. We all the members and stuff, we all have our little specialties that we go in there. If we have somebody coming in that needs help, take off. We build them a lot now over at our one of our past members' house, Warren Probst. His wife is nice enough to let her still use their garage, the AC unit. Tommy Cortez, those guys. We have a group of electricians. We got plumbers. We got mechanics. We got everybody.
Fabricators, all that.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own little specialty that ends up being very useful when you're,
Yeah.
So
you're
we
building
got-
bugs for everyone.
The funny thing is, we got the Demo Daves. Like, if you need somebody to come in and just destroy stuff, we call Demo Daves in. They come in and they'll strip that thing down, and guess what? Then we have the fabricator guys come in and we'll start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Electricians take over doing that. We got fiberglass guys. We got guys that paint. We do it all. It pretty much. But we do have people that help us out a lot, especially with our sound systems. Over there, and then building our engines and things like that, where we don't have time to really dig into the regular 1600cc engine. Like my engine, I got a lot of bells and whistles put on mine, but that's something that kind of gets dialed in a little bit because we like to have fun. But it's definitely, it's a major cost savings that we get to do it with all that knowledge that we hold on to. It's a big deal, but it's a constant investment. I would have to say that, because between the lights, the LEDs, the radio systems, the engine, the tires, the spark plugs, clutch cables, throttle cables, it's a lot. You have to stay on top of your maintenance, for sure, to keep the reliability up. And it happens. They're flooded sump engines, so they overheat because they're air cooled.
Yeah.
And here we are putting around in the parade,
Right, you're going 2
not
miles
doing
an
anything.
hour.
It's not liquid cooled, and sure enough, one of the bags on the parade route gets sucked up into the intake of the fan in the back doghouse.
I had one last year melt on one of my tailpipes.
Yeah.
Melted on.
Nice.
I had no idea it got stuck, and
You'll see us like,
it
why are
took
those
a-
guys?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, why
trying
are they,
to get paper
why are they
off
hanging
or
out the
beads
car?
off.
Why are they hanging out the car? And like you're driving around, we're taking plastic bags, especially like if you're in the third or fourth parade at night, and we're trying to push it out the way because it gets in there, becomes a very big problem. Boas, the boas. Please don't ever throw boas. They're so bad. Those things get tied up in there.
We don't allow anyone that rides with us to wear one anymore.
So it happens. We had an incident 2 years ago with that.
We have a lot of safety standards now. Obviously, from what they did back in the day to what it is now, like making sure obviously our riders that are on the bench in the back, that they're secure, that they're not going to fall off or hurt themselves or anything like that. The kill switches on the buggies, the belt guards on the engines. I actually had an incident last year before the parade season started. We went cruising and we were actually at some bar in Old Metairie, and I start up the buggy and everything's going good. Everything sounded fine, and some dude runs up on me. He's like, "Hey man, this just fell out of your engine," and he hands it to me, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And so I turned it off immediately because I'm like, all right, we just said he saw it fly out of my engine. And sure enough, it was the bolt to the pulley,
the main
on the belt. It actually, so I do have a belt guard.
Yeah.
It somehow shot out of it. And he's like, I just saw it fall down. So obviously the belt guard helped to not shoot it at someone or something.
Yeah.
The belt guard caught it and dropped it.
I think it's the biggest thing is so we have, majority of us are in manual transmission, so you're clutching the entire time. You're in first gear and you're literally pumping the clutch. This foot, your quad and your calf muscle at the end of the season are just.
It looks like Hulk Hogan.
This one, your right foot's nothing, but this one on there. But you literally start switching up where you start learning how to drive with your right foot to do it. But you pop that clutch cable and it jolts. The crowd's right there. So we're very observant. Like, we're watching each other. Another thing is we ride in double file.
Yeah.
Like, you'll notice that the Shriners and other groups are single file. We don't. We keep up with the buddy system. That's our thing. So that's our wingman the entire parade. So if they break, if something goes on, guess what? I'm with you. Yeah. We're going to pull out. We're going to do what we need to do. Can we repair it? If not, I'm towing you home. And that's the cool thing. So that's the reason why we do it. It helps us shorten the parade up. It gives a good look, but it also helps separate the crowd for the coming floats. So that's a big thing. And the crews like us when we do get to do that.
We fit perfectly, honestly.
Yeah,
when we're side by side, we fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Because especially on the Saturdays and Sundays during the day uptown, when you're making that turn on the St. Charles, that crowd just starts combining on you, and you're like, you got to get out the way. I tell people, I'm about to run over your foot. You need to move your foot.
So we talk about that a lot. So it's a big deal. So we got those bigger, wider tires, and people are not paying attention. Like, kids are running up to the vehicles. I mean, guys, they're in there. They're reaching. They're trying to grab these off of your rearview mirror and stuff. And they're like, all right, you got to back up. You got to start kind of pushing back a little bit. Yep. But listen, we were joking about like the amount of feet that we have rolled over. I'm like, you're driving down the parade, and all of a sudden you're handing out stuff, and all once the back of the car goes boom, boom, and you hear somebody go ah, and I'm like, got one, and you just want to slap that kill sticker on the side of your car, like it was like
you're not breaking bones or anything. It's just like, oh, that's a lot of pressure on my foot just now.
That was it. What was that? And then they just come up, ow, that was it. But it's not breaking anybody's foot, but it's just like you just got to be aware. That's what it is. And the scariest thing is
very light.
The kids,
very light.
The kids, the young kids coming up, and you're like, you hand them something because they're so eager to come into and grab stuff from you, and you're just like, okay, and literally, so you're driving, you're in there, and you're like, all right, buddy, keep on going, clear the back tire, and you can literally, you can almost touch the front tire of your car all the way to the back, and it's like a slow and steady stiff arm all the way.
Right, either that or if we're at a stop.
That's the hard thing about us, like driving.
I do the St. Joseph's Parade in the quarter.
Yeah.
And I drive a four-wheeler. It's the same thing. The kids will get right in you. And the wheels are only that wide apart, so you can't move if the kid's right there.
Yeah.
So, you're the whole time,
Yeah, well, we've got obviously horns on the buggies. They've got, some of the guys got...
we have police sirens.
We have sirens.
Sirens.
We will siren the shit out of you to get out the way.
At night, they will stand in front of your buggy, just drunk, wherever else is going on, and they won't move. You literally got to get out your buggy. All right, buddy, come on now. Let's go. Get over
Grab
here.
your guy.
We got to go.
Grab
Get
your guy. Move him out the
your
way.
guy out the way. One girl, there's a story. This happened a couple years back. I was like, we're downtown, Napoleon route. Not sure which parade it was, but it was like Bacchus Sunday. I think it was maybe Toth. And we take that from Napoleon Avenue, you take the right onto St. Charles Avenue. There's the college crowd right there. There's Tulane, Loyola, everybody right there. And they started early that morning drinking. You could tell, partying,
That's where the
Harry's is right there. Everything's good. I mean, it is booming. And you cut in the barricade stop. And so they're up on the median. I'm on the left-hand side. And this girl, she's just drunk. And we just happened to stop. I threw it in neutral. And just waiting, I'm looking around. And sure enough, all of a sudden, a body falls into my lap. Boom. And I catch her. And I'm like... She goes, where am I? And I'm like, well, you're in my dune buggy in the middle of the parade.
Right.
Are you okay? Like, are you okay? And she's just like, I don't know where I'm at. And I'm like, hold on a second, and literally picked her up, got her out, and like stopped and got out my buggy, and I was like, okay, who does she belong to?
Yeah.
Felt like a dad, an ultra dad. Who does she belong to?
I love engaging the crowd though.
Yeah.
I've had people like, can I ride? Jump in. I'll ride them for like 2-3 blocks.
Take a block. Yeah, 2 or 3 blocks.
2 or 3 blocks. Go, here's some beats, throw them. Boom,
And
get
like,
out.
Ask us. Just ask us. Like, it's supposed to be a good time and have
If I
fun.
can fit you, jump in.
Right.
They're like, we stop for the parade. Something's going on. Like, we hop out, and like the kids are all around there. They're sitting around, and you can see them. They're just so fascinated. Their eyes are this big, and I'm like, "You want to sit in it?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?"
Right. We always
like,
got music playing. We always got music
Sit
playing
them in
as
there,
well.
and I'm like, "Hit the siren." And they're looking back. Are you sure? And I'm like, hit the siren. And dude, their eyes are this big. The parents are popping pictures the whole time. It's an experience. Like, just like come
It's
up
fun.
and ask.
It's a lot of
so
fun.
much fun.
Like I literally initially just started riding with him, and by the end of that Mardi Gras season, I'm like, I'm in. I'm like, come on, find me a buggy. Let's start building this. And next year I had one.
Yeah, built it all up. And that's usually what it takes. So we try to invite guests to come and, expand our membership, and just do different things. It may be somebody's thing or may not be. Like I said, it is an expense, especially with the Bug Patrol. It gets out there. So
Yeah.
But it's enjoyable.
But we will note that we do actually have some older members that have some buggies for sale.
Yeah.
We're just looking for new Masonic brothers to join and want to ride with us. And the costs of a done dune buggy that's been around for a while are much more affordable than the money that we put into ours.
Right.
Yeah. We get a little crazy, especially with the newer technology and stuff
Yeah.
that are coming out and trying to keep everything reliable.
Yeah.
But
All
we have
about
a
the
couple for sale
reliability.
that are around between the $10,000 to $15,000 range.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
bad.
usually about right. But
And
the
they're
guys
parade
that
ready.
really-
They're ready.
yeah,
They're parade
to go.
ready.
Jump in and ready to go. And then we put our own twist in it. So you'll see the bodies our buggies match. We have the red dune buggies. We got the Krager chrome wheels on it. We got the buggy on the front. But in the cockpit, it's a little different. We got different gauges. We got different designs.
Everything I have is waterproof.
Everything's
My
waterproof.
stereo system, the gauges, everything is waterproof.
Yeah. because you never know when you get caught out into something. That's the hardest part with us, is that, we're in convertible dune buggies, and man, when it's storming, raining, the amount of electrical problems that go wrong with those things become significant, and sometimes we have to back out of a parade, unfortunately, and we communicate that with the parade marshals.
Yeah, heavy downpours, we're pretty
heavy
much
downpours is
screwed.
hard.
Light rain, I've driven through.
Yeah,
It's just just keep going.
Yeah, we don't even we got like these little Academy umbrellas, like the
beach
umbrellas that we put over the top.
I don't even bother with that.
Hold on to it, but we don't even do it. It's like, hey, we're gonna get wet. Yeah, we're gonna get wet. We're gonna enjoy it, and like, it is what it is. We're just gonna rock and roll with it. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. We definitely enjoy doing it.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all do any kind of like public event, like fundraiser things or anything like that?
I mean, besides the stuff that we do with Magnolia, we'll take the bugs out there. Bright School, we'll take the bugs out there. I think we've somewhat discussed Pelican Palooza, maybe bringing the bugs out there, but not as much as I guess we would probably want to do. Yeah, we're definitely open to any,
I think that's what
showing
happened
up at
is
events
it's kind of
like
phased off over time. So what we try to do is, like, right now, we try to support other groups. Like, we're always kind of reaching out with our mutual friends and stuff to see how we can support them. Like, say for instance, like the Pussyfooters, the Sixth In Stompers, they have their own charities that they're doing. So we go and try to buy tickets and go to their events and do different things and support them and do stuff. But from just ourselves in the past, it was like that. When there wasn't social media, there wasn't text messaging, there wasn't like cellular phones, where you had to physically show up in order to be a part of the event, right? You had to show. Yeah. There was no backing out of anything, and that's what happens now. Now it's like, oh man, I'm having a rough day today. I don't really feel like moving. I'm not going to show up.
Yeah.
Oh, but I got 18 bugs booked for today. Nope, and I end up with 12. So it's like things like that now. That's the kind of the hard part. But the social event side, we need to get back into that again a little bit more. We do a crawfish bowl every year to do that.
Yeah. Within the grotto, we have our own social events. We are looking to expand, because I want to say back in the day when we had Southport Hall, we would host events that anyone could really attend.
Major events. Like you see those big pictures of like the balls and things like that. That's what it was about. Like those pictures from the 50s and 60s, 70s. Like, it was just massive events. Like, yeah, you go back in time and look at that stuff. It's amazing what they got to do, and it's
there's a lot of history still that we need to get a better handle on. But we've heard a lot of different stories. I've seen different pictures of different years back in the day, and we just need to clean that up. Clean that up. That way we have a better picture of everything that's gone on, and just kind of
the biggest
reiterates how long we've been in New Orleans.
So you mentioned social media. One of the things that we've talked about is you're trying to freshen up the accessibility to the Bug Patrol. Do y'all have social media?
Yeah, pretty much once I joined the grotto, I was just like, we need to modernize a lot of stuff right now.
Social media coordinator.
Yeah, so I am the social media coordinator or chairman or whatever you want to call me for the Farhad Grotto as a whole.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot of our content is mostly parade related between us and the clown unit. But yeah, we started fresh pretty much. We used to have a website back in the day, but it was just so outdated. So we do have farhadgrotto.org that immediately reroutes you to our Farhad Grotto Facebook page. Okay. So we do have a Facebook page. We do have an Instagram page. I think it's only 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
Each one is like 2-3 years old. We do have a lot of videos, pictures from different parades. We actually have some guy. I think his name is Josh. He's some photographer. He goes around photographing hot rods and car shows, and he always makes a point to find us every year. And he takes some great pictures of us and the bugs. And we've got a couple of them. It's just like really professional looking. It's just like, where's Josh at? Where's Josh at? Come take some pictures. But obviously we post it on the socials and all that, and obviously Mardi Gras, the parade season is it's a big deal for us in the greater New Orleans area, right? So I had to not really convince, but tell these guys like, hey, we need to modernize. We need Facebook page, Instagram page. We need the social media. You know, obviously all the different crews that we ride in, all the different social media pages like yours, like supporting everyone in that aspect.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, I've built it to what it is right now. It could be better. It could be better, I think, and we're working towards that. I'm actually looking at a couple of options of possibly having a drone follow us during parades.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so you can actually see like us going through it.
We got some. Yeah, we got some.
Yeah, like they got the Meta glasses that you can go live with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some on order.
Mr. Tech over here, he's got it all.
I've got some on order, so
all my money goes to my
going
dune buggy,
live.
and he's got all the tech.
I'll be going live during parades for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's you kind of have no choice really in this day and age of you gotta have some type of social media platform, especially if you want to I guess I hate to say reestablish ourselves with everyone in the New Orleans area, because a lot of the people that do know us are older gentlemen, or older people that they've seen us since 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. That know about the balloons and the double bubble and the Tootsie Rolls, but the newer, younger kids and all that, they know us, but they don't fully know us. They know like, oh, those red little dune buggies in the beginning of parades, but they don't really, I guess, fully know, I guess, our story, our history,
right? And like we were saying before, they a lot of them, likely assume that they're with the Shriners, and it's like,
that's
while it's close, it's not.
It is, and we don't.
It eats at me a little bit more than some of the other guys because they're used to it. But I'm just like, no, we're not the Shriners. We're not.
Yeah.
We love y'all. We love the Shrine. They do amazing things. But
we have our cause, right?
Yeah, we have our own
So
cause.
I want to draw attention to our cause, and stuff.
Right? We have
but
our
like
own
you said,
causes.
We love the Shrine.
Yeah.
These guys are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome. They're friends of ours. Fellow Masons, and like we support them as much as we can.
But we're not the Shriners.
We're not the Shriners.
Right.
And you see the red dune buggies all together? That's the Farhad Grotto.
Yeah.
And we've thought about it, because what's crazy about it is they even some of the parade marshals, parades themselves, they think we're all the same.
Yeah.
And they'll literally like, oh, you guys got to get together, especially being like, if you're on the front row. And for y'all's information, so our bug captain for the year and our lieutenant always ride the front.
Yes.
Okay.
So
they're the
those
first
are
two.
those are the first
Always
two.
the first two.
And they're like, oh, y'all got to bunch up. And we're like, we're not with them. We're two separate groups. And they're like, really?
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. Because we don't have like a banner. We don't have like a banner separate.
Right.
We do it for Little Rascals in the Bright School, but we don't have like a banner separating us to do that.
Right.
So we always kind of got to remind them and say, hey, we're two separate groups, and they're like, oh, okay, we got you. And like the NOPD and stuff, Jefferson Parish, are like, oh, we got you.
Right.
No big deal. We thought y'all were together, and we're like,
Yeah,
no, we're fine.
and that I'm actually glad that you brought that up, because that's another, I guess, piece of Mardi Gras carnival history is, obviously you kind of see what the beginning of the parade is. It's usually like the WDSU tracker or something like that, a police unit, maybe the grand marshal for the crew, of whether they got the color guard or the Marines up front. But historically, and we still try to make sure that the marshals of these crews try to stick to what's always been done, is the Masonic units always lead off.
Right.
They always lead off. The tracker, NOPD or JPSO, color guard, etc. And then
The
historically,
green yellows,
it's the Masonic organizations, the Shrine, us, and then everyone else behind.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been, and we've had a few troubles recently just because it gets chaotic during lineup. It gets really chaotic because what band, what crew, what float, what unit, and you set up over there, you set up over here.
There's so
It's
much.
fun. It's fun.
So a lot of people don't get to see the inside of it. The amount of work that goes into setting up a parade that these marshals have to go through.
Oh yeah.
A lot
The
of coordination.
captains, like people just see the parade. I mean, the sheer numbers of people lining up at one time within I'd say a 45-minute to an hour window, it's go time. Like, there's no messing around. You're with the program or you're not with the program. And it's like, there's no foolishness. These guys do an incredible job with all these crews.
Yeah.
It is a massive undertaking. Safety's their biggest concern. Moving everything in, the NOP, JPSO, like moving everybody around.
Yep.
Like, hey, go. And like, we're in there, you're moving. because if not, you're out. You're getting passed up. That's all there is
It's a
to
big
it.
coordination, and
Obviously, it's amazing to watch. If you're at the beginning of the parade route, like, so some of the stuff, like, depending on where they're starting from, you get to see that, especially on Napoleon Avenue, like, right there. Miss Mays.
Yeah,
Miss Mays and Tipitina's.
Or the Rouses on Chapatulas.
Oh, man, it is a major dance to watch.
Yeah, everybody's got different staging times. Obviously, since we're right at the beginning of the parades, we got to get there early. We got to get there real early. Sometimes we're sitting there, 2 hours?
If there's multiple parades going on in the day, we're actually showing up for the first parade staged off to the side because we're one of the first to go. And we have to be in that particular spot.
Yeah.
So we may not roll till 12 o'clock, but we're showing up the parade route at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So and that's where I come in to coordinate everybody and stuff like that, you know.
And then even sometimes we'll get there, all right, y'all move there.
Yep.
30 minutes later, we need you to move over here.
Yep.
An hour later, we need you to move back over here.
Yep.
And it's just like, all right, so.
What you need us to do, where do we need to go, point. And that's pretty much in this. You got to stay fluid and on top of things, especially when you got, 14 plus buggies all lined up, in a support van. So it's pretty interesting.
But no, obviously the parade marshals for those crews and a PDJP, so they do a real good job of coordinating all that. But hey, shit happens also.
Right.
Like, someone just broke down over there, or that truck broke down.
We were a little bit further down the route last year, and where we were standing, there was some band that was trying to get to the front of the parade to march, and they got stuck behind a bad rack or something to where they didn't get to the parade until like, where were we, like, it was like Washington midway, or something like that. And like the police right there were like, okay, in 3 floats we're gonna need everybody in this intersection to move out the way to let these people in.
It's
amazing.
amazing.
A band that got stuck in traffic, or
the police, the paramedics, like the government agencies that are there, like it's incredible to watch what they do. The barricade teams, it's usually like the NOPD recruits that are setting up the barricades and stuff, talking with those guys. That's their crucible, is setting up the barricades for Mardi Gras parades. And they're out there. It's 12, 16-hour days. And what we try to do, we always try to acknowledge them on the parade route, like handfuls of candy. It's like, hey, who wants Airheads? Like, y'all need something. What's going on? Sour Patch Kids. Like, you're gonna make it through. I was like, and everything else. It's pretty cool, and we always try to thank them as much as we can, with all that stuff, because they're protecting us out there. Like, it's
definitely.
It's guys, it gets crazy. Like, we've seen some crazy stuff go down the past years.
Shit, last year, the guy that fell off the horse.
Yep.
Man, that was scary.
We were staging.
It was so scary.
And we were staging onto Chapatula Street, right by the Rouses.
By the Rouses, yeah.
And we're right there, and all of a sudden they're offloading the horses.
I think this was St. Charles Parish officers?
I think so. I think it was a St. Charles Parish officer.
They were on horses, and I don't know, something spooked the horse and threw the guy off.
Threw him off.
That guy landed head first.
Onto the ground.
I don't know how he didn't, pass out immediately. Like, he was actually coherent.
So literally, there was an ambulance
right there. Not
even 100 yards.
Yeah,
slammed it in reverse. The cops moved everybody out the way.
Right.
Boom!
I had friends with me. They're both nurses. They were just like, "Oh my god!" They stopped with what we were doing, just ran over to the guy. So it was.
We have a whole paramedic backpack that's in our buggies when we ride, just in case something were to happen, somebody cut their hand or anything else. They one of the members, Steven Dugas, flipped in the backpack, and they took off. And already had holding the back of the guy's head with the gauze and stuff, and paramedics were right there. It's just, you never know. It's like Murphy's Law when it comes to stuff out there. There's so many people. Everybody's trying to get to the parade. Everybody's trying to stage for the parade. And I think that's one of the most dangerous aspects of it is the beginning of the parade, and with all that stuff.
It is chaos a lot of times.
It is absolute
chaos. Especially the uptowns.
Yes.
Because they jam them all into that couple block area.
Yeah, that's right.
And some of those parades are miles long.
Oh yeah,
once they stretch out.
For me, it's fun chaos. I love the chaotic atmosphere of everything.
The bands and all.
Oh yeah, dude. I've got so many different videos on my personal Instagram page of You know, we said once we're staged, I'll go walking around. I'll go look at the floats, what bands are playing. I'll go listen to them in practice, and man, they sound great.
And they're
I
usually
love
staging.
that. I love
They're
that.
staging by us, and they start jamming out.
Oh yeah,
man!
I'm like,
it is-
I'm out of here. I'm gonna go jam out.
I think that's
with
the best part of the parade. I mean, they're walking past you, just kind of beating the drums, and they'll stop and play. But when they're practicing in those parking lots, that's where you need to go and watch
They're
before
in
the
one
parade. You want to talk
spot,
about jam out,
jamming out,
jamming out,
and I'm like, I'm there. Let's go. Come on.
It's
They jam
it's
out.
so cool, man. It's like you sit there and you're like,
Those kids are very talented, and they sound amazing. They really do.
yeah, and they do a great job, man. It just makes it experience so much. So,
So, I have one other little story related to y'all.
All right.
So, a few years ago, I have an aunt that she was going through cancer, and it was during COVID, and she got stuck. For that last year of Mardi Gras, when it, I guess the year that it officially got canceled in 2021, she had a music therapist that would come to the house, and the girl noticed that she was a little depressed, and she was like, "Miss Loyce, why do you look depressed? What's wrong?" She said, "Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm sad because I got screwed out of my last Mardi Gras." And she's like, "I'm a realist. I understand that my cancer at the time her cancer was very far along the line." And she was like, "I realize that I'm probably not going to make it to another carnival." So she was like, "Pardon my French, but I got fucked." And she's like, so yeah, I'm a little bit sad because my aunt loved carnival. So the girl, she went back to her hospital or clinic or whatever where she was working, and she told her bosses about my aunt, and they decided to do a parade in her behalf. And they called me, my sister called me, was like, "Hey, we're going to do a parade for Aunt Loyce on such and such day." I was like, "Okay." First day that it was supposed to happen, like the day before, I get a call. "Hey, we're backing up the parade a week. We need to find out if we need a parade permit for this thing." I was like, I figured it would just be like a couple people driving past in their cars doing like the birthday parades that people were doing during lockdown. And so I was like, "How big a parade is this?" And she was like, "I don't know. We'll find out." And so then the real parade day comes, and I told a buddy of mine, his in-laws were carnival super fans like I am, and I invited them to come join in the parade, thinking again it's still just going to be like a little birthday parade. And he was getting to the parade a little bit before me, and he called me and he was like, "Hey, how big is this parade?" And I was like, "I don't know. I figure it's just a bunch of cars driving the block and throwing beads at Aunt Loyce, And he was like, "Well, I'm on vets at such and such and such and such, and I'm looking in my rear view right now, and there's 6 bugs that are 6 of the bug patrol that are behind me.
Yep.
And there's 2 of them that are at this gas station that's on the corner, and they're about to pull into formation with them."
Yep. That's awesome.
And he's like, "Every turn that I take, they're taking." So he's like, "I think they're going to this parade too." And sure enough, I get to the parade, and there was like a dozen of y'all set up, ready to go, and leading the parade, just like every other parade that I'm used to.
Yeah, I was there actually. So kind of how it happened with us, kind of like the inside to it. So I got a phone call from John Terry with the Shrine, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do a parade. Someone's sick with terminal cancer. She's an older lady, and her last wish is to have a Mardi Gras parade." And I was like, "All right, time, place, what are we doing?" And he's just like, "That right?" I remember John replying back, "Really?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, man." And John was a Shriner, and so they were organized the shrine buggies and stuff, and the motorcycles. And I was like, "We'll be there." and it's just like, just let us going up. So I remember going. I'm on the phone with him, and we coordinated about 12 of us to go. And I was one of the guys coming down, veterans, and joining up with it and stuff. And we staged over by a school for a little bit. And I remember there was a bunch of police officers over there, and the guys, firefighters and stuff, and came up to us and were like, man, he's like, we really appreciate you guys doing this. And I'm like, man, it's like, all you guys got to do is ask. That's all it is.
Just ask.
Look, just reach out. This is what we do. This is what we're all about. We want to be a part of the community more than anything. And that was so special, man. That was really awesome. And we let it up, man. We didn't know how many people were showing up. We loaded down like it was we were like, it might be 1 block. It might be 6 blocks.
Might be a few blocks.
And we might make it all the way down the street, and it turns into like all the neighbors coming out. We don't know what's going to happen. Be ready to go. And that's what we did. And man, the music blaring and stuff. And I remember getting to the house, and she was sitting in the chair out in the front on the driveway. And man, I know I unleashed so much stuff out of there all at once. I remember stopping and stuff, and just trying to say hi and talk to her as best as I could. And then, man, I just threw stuff all over the place. But it's special, man. It
awesome.
Really is something special. And I'm glad you got a chance to share that story, because that's what we like to do. It doesn't have to be an official parade, but it's funny that you also bring up the permitting process on there, because the permitting process of the stuff, especially Jefferson Parish, New Orleans, it's a big deal. It's a lot.
Especially then where, it was COVID time. Everything was still
Yeah.
pretty locked down. So, I think the city was busting at the seams to do a parade, but it was such a special cause, and she was a wonderful lady. So, like, when everybody came together and it happened, it was just really magical,
And I got to thank the Shrine guys for reaching out to us, letting us know what was going on. Man, they did an amazing job. Like Terry and John and them guys, it was really special. It was really nice of them to do that, and we try to keep each other involved with everything. And it brings up COVID, man. That was a hard time for us, man. That was it was difficult. Of course, we had the opportunity to build up some buggies and spend time in the shop getting things ready, but we had to transition. We had to change and adapt with the Bug Patrol. So we actually, someone asked, Bay St. Louis called, and they didn't have the same COVID lockdown laws that Louisiana, New Orleans had, Jefferson Parish had, and they ended up, Glenn Payton was the parade marshal at the time, and ended up setting it up, and we towed our buggies all the way to Bay St. Louis. And we ended up getting into their parades and riding in their parades, because we just needed to do something. We needed to make it a day and do that stuff. So we went out there and made it happen. And unfortunately, now that everything's back up and running the way it's supposed to be, unfortunately, we can't make it out there to do that, because they do their own Mardi Gras, they do their own Christmas parade, they do their own Halloween parade. And you check social media, you'll see it pop up on there. But man, they put on a show. Yeah, I mean, that's like. It was a great time.
I've seen pictures of the Pirates in the Bay or something like that they do over there.
Yes,
and that's a huge parade.
It might actually be worth exploring again. Bay St. Louis is
and
much nicer than what it used to be before Katrina, right?
I talked to them, just pretty much year touch base and stuff to see how the schedule's going to work out and working, because that's a big deal. It's hard. I kind of want to focus in on that, a little bit. The guys that do have trailers that can tow it, to make it over there is like the perfect opportunity for that. But if we have tow bars and stuff, it was rough. We were driving like 55 miles an hour on the interstate on 10, and like we're looking back behind us, and the cars are lined up.
Your car on like the shoulder.
Who are these clowns? We're not the clowns of the Bug Patrol. But it's always. It was.
It's even harder now. Now that what is it, the 190 bridge? It's closed down at the state line.
Shut down for a
the
long
90 or
time
190 bridge. Now it's closed, so you can't even take that as an alternate.
God, man, that was such a weird time. That was such a weird time for us. But we got a lot of things done and accomplished. We did a lot of changing. Had some time to really look at the organization, our unit as a whole. What can we do entertainment-wise to, differentiate ourselves from like other groups and things? And it was nice, but also it was, COVID. I mean, we can say about
COVID.
that. So.
Yeah, I've kind of blocked that year out, but that one particular day was kind of nice.
The social interaction itself, man, was just like, man, it's just.
I think everybody was clamoring for social interaction at that point.
I think everybody started drinking way more. It's like all my neighbors, as soon as 5 o'clock hit, would be in the backyard.
More like 11 a.m. Like, let's go.
I was getting phone calls from him.
Home,
like, what are we doing? We're going golfing? Let's go.
Yeah, they had
we did
golf
a lot
courses
of golfing
were open.
then.
Then a lot of crawfish eating because he'd call me up 3 days a week, and he's coming by my house,
crawfish.
picking up crawfish, coming to sit on my back patio in the back, and it was.
I love
crawfish.
I love it.
And
Eat that year round if I could.
Talk about like just crazy things that happened. I mean, last year itself, man, the incident downtown for Sugar Bowl, right? That was
right after.
Yeah, to do all that, that was
like a couple days after, really, because we do the Sugar Bowl parade every year.
They pushed it back a couple days.
Something like that, and
right before it, and they end up pushing it back, and we do the Sugar Bowl parade, and I just remember my wife telling me, "You guys are going to go down there," and it was going to be me and my daughter at the time, and I was like, "Yeah, we're going down there." I was like, screw these guys.
If anything, that's the safest time to go down there. Look, now.
There's so many.
Everyone's on high alert.
There's so many cops down there right now, and everything else. Like, we're okay. I'm in a dune buggy. If anything goes down, we have a way to get out. The people in the crowd won't, but I have a way. I'm in a motorized vehicle where I can get out.
Yeah.
But man, that police presence down there when everybody came together, like that was incredible, man. That was such an unfortunate event. It just eats at your soul, like why somebody would do something like that.
Right.
But it's like, man, when you watch the city of New Orleans come together, man, it's amazing. Like, it was like Saints winning Super Bowl vibes, opening home, opening the dome up, after Katrina, and that vibe was down there. The people, the crowds, the people from out of town, like, didn't phase it, man. It was such an incredible time. It was definitely different from any other Sugar Bowl parade that we've ever been involved in. But
and they're a great time too, because obviously you never know what teams are coming in for the Sugar Bowl.
Oh yeah.
And so being able to obviously not just us, but that parade showcased New Orleans and Carnival and Mardi Gras and all that, and we see these out of towners, they see us rolling through, and I think was it last year or the year before, we had a couple of older guys stop us completely, like asking questions about the engine and all that. Like, they want to
I literally took one of the guys. I'm like, look, we can't stop the parade. I was like, you want to talk? Get in. And I had to
either get in or follow us on the Facebook.
I was like, are you serious? I'm like, get in. I was like, just get in.
Yeah.
And he's asking about anything just like this. And man, you light it up and stuff, and the guy's like, man, I gotta get back to my wife. Hop out. You good?
Jump out.
One block back that way.
I'm not bringing you back. You gotta get out.
But it's man, there's like, you just never know. You just never know what you're gonna run into and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I love that though. I love being able to expose people to parades, to Carnival, to us. They see us roll through and they're like, oh my God, it's so loud, but it looks so cool and it looks so great, and they love it, and they're like, I love that.
So my daughter is so funny because she's so spoiled because she gets to ride all the time in the parades, and she's like, Dad, I never get a chance to watch it. I said, okay, look, your Popsy, your Juji, they're gonna go watch Toth. Go out there, enjoy with them. I'm gonna ride in the parade and stuff like that. After that, she goes, I had a good time catching it, but I really liked sitting in the buggy. And my daughter's a watcher. She's a people watcher. She doesn't throw. She'll just sit there and watch people. Oh, Dad, did you see that? I'm like, sweetheart, I'm making sure nobody steps in front of the car and everything else. And she's like, oh, there's such and such from our school and everything else. But being so low to the ground and like just that aspect of it, and you just like, people are just boom. And it's like, in your face, like you're driving and somebody's looking around you like this, and they're in your face going, "Can I have a bead?" And I'm like, "Whoa!" Like, wow! Like, you just grab their face and go, little bit of space, just this much.
And literally, how close y'all are to the crowd. Sometimes, I mean, it almost feels like you could reach out and just grab a piece of king cake off of their table, or a piece of the chicken.
Oh yeah, I've done it before. I'll ask. I'm like, can I have some of that?
Yeah,
whatever you drink, whatever you eat. Like, let me have some. I'll throw you a bead.
It's like everybody that's tailgating and stuff. It's like, hey, it's like you got those long days and stuff, and I'm like, hey, can I get a bottle of water from you? And they're like, be right back. Dart, go to their ice chest, come back, get a bottle of water, and then handing them a bead.
Not even that.
Not even
We've had some guys offer
Just
like,
what y'all
you
need?
want a beer? You want this? You want that? Like, nah, man, I can't be drinking right now. I'm driving. No.
We can't drive in the parade.
no.
Like, what are you talking about? Just like, but we'll take a bottle of water.
Yeah, we'll take whatever snacks you got. Yeah, some snacks and some water.
We got some snacks. They'll come out, but the craziest thing is like you're so low, but like I'll literally grab. It's so hard to hand out one piece of candy or something to the kids, and like I take a handful, and I sit it out the buggy like this, and I just go, everybody grab some, just like this, and I just go down the parade route and just let them do it, you know. But throwing, my biggest thing though, what I enjoy the most, and one of our members taught me this a long time ago, is how to reach the balcony with the throws. So when we get past Gallagher Hall and stuff, and everybody's, oh, it's the buggies. They're not going to reach us up there. They're not going to throw it up on the top balconies. And I'm like, bullshit. Yeah. Get out there. Yeah. I got these beads in there, and it's about the weight. But there's a way to do it to get it up there.
He slings that.
Yeah,
everybody is watching me.
It.
So it's like I am weird. Like so, right there, we stop past Gallagher Hall, so the kings can, queens, the court can all toast, and man, we just start unleashing right there, and everybody is going nuts. And it's a different animal at night. It is so cool at night, and we got the glow stuff. We're slinging stuff. People are just going nuts. Yeah. And you take that right onto Canal, and they're way back there, like into the hotels and stuff.
Right.
And you just start slinging that stuff up there, and they are just amazed that you can even reach them. They're just like, whoa, what's going on? And our friends are like, dude, Barry's just slinging it up there. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, I was like,
yeah.
overhand throwing, and this shoulder's not the same at all.
You can't go overhand. You
I
gotta
heard
go from
it
underneath.
like 2 years ago, and it's never been the same.
Yeah.
I can't even really throw like that.
So don't like a lot of times, and like we're going through like by Gallagher Hall, we're making it through, and you got friends up on the balcony, and they're like screaming, what's going on? And I'm like, all right, 1 second. And they're like, dude, you're not gonna make it. I was like, yeah, I am. Like, I'm sitting in the buggy, and slinging up to the second row, and they're like, oh my god.
Right, or in between the buildings. Once you pass One Shell Square and in the Intercontinental, we for some reason we stop in between there a lot.
Yes.
Like almost like clockwork. Every year we're stopping in between the buildings.
Like
so everybody's in the bleachers and all that, and it's a great time. We all get out. We got the music blasting. We're throwing beads. We're talking with people in the crowd. It's great. It's fun.
It's definitely an experience, man. There's nothing like it in the whole world. Like there's nothing in comparison to carnival season.
I mean, honestly, I've never ridden a float yet, but I mean,
you've ridden in like 200 parades.
Yeah, I've ridden in 200 parades in the dune buggies.
Ridden on a float once. Yeah.
And so, I've got a lot of friends that obviously know that I'm in the Farhad Grotto now with the Bug Patrol, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to this parade, we're gonna go to that parade. And I'm like, I'll be in that one. I'll be in this one. Like I had some buddies, they all joined Toth, and they're like, oh, you should come join Toth. I'm already in Toth. I'm at the front, already in Toth. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend even more money
every year, buddy.
That's it. And we end up like linking up with them before the parade, and they're being bussed in, and we get to see everybody and stuff. And it's like the family, the friend experience, and then like
I do. I love that, being able to just reach out to friends and say, this is the schedule. What do you want to ride?
What's amazing is the friends or somebody like in our groups or whatever that have never experienced anything like in the whole world, and like their face. Now, it's not just the parades. A lot of people are like, oh, you just ride the parades. You got to understand, like, it's the experience of riding in that buggy from where we meet to where we drive to the parade route, ride in the parade, and come home. So when we're together, we join up. It's everybody. It's a safety thing that we do. And, like, we got the sirens going. We got the lights going. There's 16 of us, and we're hitting them. Everybody's staying together. Like, we got guys pulling out. They block traffic so we can get around.
Allegedly.
Close your ears.
Allegedly, we're hitting sirens and blocking traffic so we can all stay together.
So stay together, and we like, just whip in safely as possible we can, because, of course, we got our families and friends and stuff with us. But my friends are like, man, that is like the awesomest thing I've ever done in my life, was be a part of that. And I'm like, really? I was like, guys, we're not even in the parade yet.
Right.
The parade hasn't started, and guess what? Wait for the trip home. So go through the whole parade, seeing the crowd, and you've seen all these people, man. It's like, it's sensory overload.
Yeah.
Music, the buggy going, people screaming at you the entire time.
It's a whole different experience getting out there. Obviously, the sun's out.
Yeah.
Then by the time you're done with the parade, and we got all the lights on the bugs, we got the light poles on the bugs, and at that point, you know, the guys on the West Bank jump on the connection. They're heading home, and we're jumping over to either
On
get
10.
off to Airline or somewhere off of Vets.
We jump up on that ramp on 10,
Yeah, and
and
we're
we're all
cruising.
together, and we come up.
And you just see us all in red
People
lights.
that are doing 80 miles an hour right there in a 60
They will slow down.
slow down to 45 miles
Take
an
pictures, take videos.
hour and let us
Yeah.
come over. Windows
Yes.
go down, videos out, screaming at us at the top of their lungs. Where they're just like, "Oh my God, this is awesome!" And we are just gunning it. We're gunning. We're like, you're spent by that time. You're just hitting I-10, going home. We're splitting off, exiting
Right.
Airline, exiting Causeway, Clearview,
And
Kenner,
all the
right?
lights that we have on the Dune Buggy, that's another safety aspect.
Of it.
We're a small footprint.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what? Throw lights all on that thing so people know I'm coming through. Something's coming.
18-wheelers.
Something with red lights is coming behind me. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but it's coming.
They got strobe. They got purple and green
Yeah,
strobes.
we got the
and what's going
strobes, we got the
on.
red lights, you got
So-
everything.
Yeah, another thing too is we used to have red and blue lights on the front on the strobes, but we actually got pulled over by a state trooper one time, and the state trooper was like, "Gotta take those off. Y'all can do white, yellow,
That's what I
you'll
have,
be
all
good."
white.
So
Yeah,
guess
no
what?
blue.
Switched it out, and we're like, "Yes, sir, not a problem. We're sorry about that. We didn't realize it." He goes, "Yeah, it makes you look like an emergency vehicle," and I'm like, "Yep, not a problem,
Yeah.
sir. We'll take care of it. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate everything y'all do. Be careful." And yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of the state troopers or JP or NOPD, they love to just look. They ask questions like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
it looks good." They're not really stopping us for any infractions or wagging the fingers or anything like that. It's more of they like it. They're curious. They want to ask questions like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, it looks awesome. What year is it? What do you
Man,
want
know
to
what
done?"
model
Yeah,
engine's
exactly.
in it.
Want to know all the details.
The coolest thing though is when we stop and we kick on the line dance music, Cupid Shuffle or something, and guess what? Everybody's
Yeah.
out there, man. The cops,
Yeah,
the
everybody.
EMTs,
They all pretty much get onto the street and start line dancing.
and they start dancing. Like everybody's on top of the cars. It's a sight to see, man. And you see that everything else goes away. Like everything is just in that moment. Everybody's having a good time, and that's what it's about. A lot of our members say, well, Tommy says all the time, "It's about the music. It's about the music," and it really is, man. It's good vibes, and we always try to keep good music playing.
Yeah,
And
that's another thing we're modernizing.
so modernizing that, but there's something that's different for us in our group is that our music plays together on all the same cars.
Yeah, that's another, I guess, differentiating fact
Aspect
about us is we've got two, three bugs that
Yes.
broadcast
Our own
approved playlists,
approved playlist
and that
on an
and so-
approved radio station.
on an
Okay,
approved,
so
yeah,
then
approved.
everybody turns.
Yeah,
to
everybody gets on the
basically
frequency.
97.1 or whatever
That's
that
right.
y'all's.
There's there's an
receiver
empty
thing.
radio station
Right.
depending where we are, and then we have transmitters. So
Right.
I'm one of those guys. So I have it hooked up to where
And so
I have
we're
a
all
playlist on my
jamming
cell
out
phone.
to the same
Yeah.
song. A lot of these
It's
other
cool, when you're midway with all the cars, it's surround sound.
Yeah,
right,
that's
exactly,
what it is.
and that's exactly
You know
what we
what I mean?
want.
You-
You see some of these other guys, and I hate to kind of jump on the shrine a little bit, but
Oh,
they all have their own music that they want to listen to,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that's fine. Obviously, it's your bug. You want to jam out to whatever music you like, but I don't know. I guess our thinking about it is, hey, we're here to have fun and put on a show for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's all jam out at the same time,
Yeah.
and
You
so
were
that's what we
talking
do.
about line dancing, and I have a hobby. I break up line dances, or I just don't really participate in it, but I'll get in and just go
Yeah.
random and
Do the robot
the
in there?
people get all that. You're not doing it right. I'm like, I don't
That's
care.
the point.
I don't
There should be no care in the world. There should be no judgment cast on
Yeah.
anyone during carnival season.
Yeah, exactly.
And man, it's just, but that aspect of it is so cool. It's like it makes you like, all right, we're doing something good here. Like we're sending out good vibes. Everybody's in a good
Yes.
mood, forgetting everything else that's going on in your
Yes.
life, and have a good time.
Right.
It's like, oh man, this is cool. It really is. It's
I think
awesome.
we all work hard all year. You know,
Yeah.
that's our time of year to blow off steam. Like
Yeah.
I never take vacations anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need them.
Yeah.
I need Mardi Gras every year.
Yeah.
That's what I need. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of on our calendars now. Pretty much as soon as the last parade is done for the parade season, it's Barry's already reaching out to the crews again.
The crews are reaching out to us.
They're already
They're like,
reaching out like, hey, we're locking y'all in for next year.
Look,
already.
we don't want to lose you guys. Here's our participation form for next year.
Yeah.
And it happens the week after Mardi Gras, and that's awesome. That's like amazing.
So we're already thinking about the next year already.
going.
We're
Yeah.
locking
It's
in,
hitting
and it's
off.
like, all right,
What's going
what do
on?
we need to do? Trying to start doing maintenance on the bugs right now so they can get through the summer. Reaching out to different crews. Are we locked in, or do we need to lock in, or do we need to, hate to say solicit?
We do
others.
solicit. We do try to solicit others
Yeah.
because a long time ago we were involved with those parades, and those
Yeah.
parades got very big. And what they do is for like anybody out there listening. So kind of what they need to understand is our group, we're counted as a float. So
Right.
it's not just Doom Buggies. We're not a marching group or anything like
Yeah.
that. But our group itself. So the shrine's afloat. We're afloat. So you're taking away a float because of the length of the parade requirements.
Right, yeah,
that
the
are on
most
there.
that they can have is like 36.
That's it. And
Tractor pulls,
That's
basically.
right.
That's
so the
what the
big
city
parades,
wants.
That's what
Yeah.
the city wants.
It's not the city ones.
Now look,
when you start counting them,
you start
Don't
counting.
count them.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't count
don't count 'em.
Don't count them.
And so that's what happens. So that runs into those the big super parades. That's what they have to deal with
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
So, we're always in their ear. We stay like, hey, if you ever need us, we're here, and we'd love to be a part of it. And expand out. So we always contact them. We
Yeah, we're
with different things.
It feels like the council just needs to change that rule. Why do you count as a float? You know what I mean?
It's
doesn't add up.
it's just the way they
I
run
know
into
it's
it.
the way it always has been. But
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it kind of goes back to what we touched on earlier. It's, our unit, the Bug Patrols, the Shriners, like we have a long history with Carnival, Mardi Gras
Yeah.
in the city.
I really want to thank y'all for coming on the show. I mean,
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you for
finally
having
getting
us.
to hear the story of Farhad Grotto.
There's a lot of
yeah.
stories. You shared a story I had no idea about.
Yeah.
That's great to
I
hear.
appreciate y'all telling us all those Masonic secrets outside. That was pretty neat.
If we hear it echo, then we
Oh,
never
man.
know.
Yeah.
They're
They're gonna pull the goats back out. They're gonna pull the goats back out. I don't want to see them either.
That's it.
But you want to go through the box real quick, or
Yeah, I got some stuff for you guys, man. I know we were chatting
the
back and
box
forth
out.
a little thing and stuff, but some gifts for you guys. I had one bag, but kind of like a little goodie with some history involved in here. So I'll let you guys
watch the mic. Watch the
go
mic.
ahead and open it up. Yeah, got caught on that one, but yeah,
Goodie bag.
yeah,
Double bubble.
that's it. So I got y'all some more of the beads and stuff that the
My
ladybug
girlfriend
beads.
loves double
There
bubble.
you go. You got to have the double bubble in there.
Yeah,
you know?
it amazed me how many people like, where's the gum? Look at the buggy in front of you. I'm like, I don't have any gum, man. Look for the old guys. They still got gum in their
Still
buggy.
got
We go
gum.
to so many parades, I barely bring anything home because I don't want it.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yes.
But like,
Yeah.
I bring home beads like this, like the clay beads,
Uh-huh.
doubloons, and double bubble,
Yeah.
and that's it. Because my girlfriend wants the double bubble.
Yeah, be real careful with those right there. Those are some old ones. Those are pulled out
That's
from
really nice.
the LaBar storage there. So those glasses, beer steins, are from my grandfather's year from 81-82 as Grand Monarch of the Grottos International. So that was his year. He was the grand poobah of all things Grotto on the Supreme
That's really
side.
cool.
So those are like special. My dad actually pulled those out. We had actually a couple in there. They survived Katrina and everything else that's in the back. So I wanted you guys to have that. And I think there's a little baggie in there for you as well. I didn't know if you guys had those, but we found some old school doubloons.
Yeah. That's the one with your grandpa on it?
No, those are Bug Patrol doubloons. I gotta go find some of the ones that actually had him as Grand Monarch on it.
Yeah,
that
we
they got made.
like I
I'll
said,
check my stash because
See there.
my dad has like our main collection, but I have all of our spares.
Uh-huh.
So if you need some of those,
yeah, no, if
you're
you
welcome to 'em.
not even really physically need them, if we can get them and get some pictures of them, that way we can know, like, all right, which doubloon is this, which Monarch was on it, what
Yeah,
years he
I'll check
was
as soon
in
as I
there.
get
We
home.
would love to really start building our historical collection now, really.
I know we brought these. We might as well bring them out, right?
Yeah,
So
we'll
you'll
bring
see
them
that
out real quick.
You see the fezzes on the front, and I guess we can kind of talk about that a little bit. There's a time where we used to wear these in the parade all the time, but these are our, our grotto fezzes, and I kind of explain those.
We wear these to our grotto meetings, but yeah, back in the day, they would actually wear these while driving either the motorcycles or the dune buggies. And well, they're very hot. They get very hot.
Yes.
So I'm not too surprised that they no longer wear them anymore, and that's why we got these hats now. These performance hats.
We wear these to our meetings, but just the kind of the significance of it. So this is our fez. The shrine has fez. They have the maroon fez. But so pretty much you'll see the name of our grotto on the top, which is Farhad. And then we have the symbol, which is Makana, is a Persian significance that's on there, part of the rituals and stuff that we do go through. But each member and stuff, whether or not you're in the Bug Patrol, the clown unit, or just a part of it, well, we put a little saying down there. We want to represent like our different groups. So Raphael and I, most of the guys.
I haven't.
You don't have it. Oh wow, you didn't have it.
No.
I ended up putting it on mine, but Bug Patrol on there, and then we have.
He's got a boogie clip on his.
Yeah, so which is really
it's very basic.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. So with my grandfather, like I'm pretty much legacy into this organization, and it's very special. It holds a big piece of my heart, and man, I get emotional thinking about it. But my grandmother gave this to my uncle. And when I joined the Bug Patrol, my uncle came in town from Illinois, Wisconsin, when he came to visit us, and he gave me this. And I remember it, and I was like, wow, like, this is amazing. So it's like a family heirloom of mine that I keep on there. And you see,
I don't.
they have, like, usually have tabs that are over the top of it.
They got different.
Yeah, it's something that's very special to me that I wear on it. So, and I keep it very sacred to me. But the... So we have like on our fez, so you have like our tassels, or there's another term for it, but red is just we're just the beginning level. We're just our prophets like coming into the grotto, so we do not hold like the status of the line yet that's on there. So as you move through into the grotto, you have different colors, you have different designs that are put on there, different colors designating.
Once you become a monarch of the grotto, your tassel becomes purple.
So the line officers are usually like yellow, that are going through, and then eventually you'll receive like your purple tassel as the monarch. So every year a monarch is elected within our grotto. And then what we do, and if that monarch is a Bug Patrol member, we change the emblem on the front to actually, instead of having red outlines, they actually have purple, and then we put their year on it to like kind of honor them.
On his bug itself?
Yeah, on his bug. Yeah.
So if you do see one that's purple that's on there, they're either a past monarch or that year they are the monarch and stuff. So it's special when we do different things like that. So like I said, the symbolism and stuff that we also do. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and do that. So if you ever see these out there, we should wear these more, but like you said, it gets hot.
It's so hot.
And it's sometimes it's kind of goofy looking, especially with the younger generation looking at us and stuff and things like that. But I really do enjoy it. This is a very special thing for me.
I didn't realize tassels change colors, like ninjas. You go through the ranks.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right.
Different color belts.
The Supreme line, they have different colors as well. So if you're like a Supreme officer over, over that, they change up. Like you'll see just different colors. They get into the whites, kind of like this grayish color, the yellows as well, and different things. And that's how they signify that. But there is stuff in there that I got pictures they can share, and we need to put stuff on our social media. But there's some good pictures of like my grandfather and stuff with my dad and stuff like that. He literally looks just like my younger brother driving my grandfather around when he was the Grand Monarch and stuff like that during the parades. It was one of the Metairie parades, and yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's something that we cherish and stuff, and a little bit of history behind it, but nice and sparkly, nice and clean, to do that. But yeah, that's our thing.
Yeah, they are real pretty.
Yeah, these are very basic. Once you become like, the line officer, it all depends.
Oh yeah, you'll start blinging with all different jewels and all that.
Yeah, bling in.
Colors and tassels and letters and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So.
again, I want to thank y'all so much for coming on. It has been amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you for
Anytime.
having
I mean,
us.
from the moment of hearing that, that y'all were pulling up on the driveway.
You should have seen his face.
Yeah.
Light up, man.
Well, what made you think you guys we were going to bring him?
Well, I just figured the whole like, I figured
You know,
with it
he's
being
never
so close
waiting
to after
out
work,
there.
I was like, you know, they might be coming directly from work, so like, you know. And
No,
then
we-
like when you hear that,
Yeah, I heard, but I'm like, I think I hear one.
Yeah.
And look, you'll hear us coming for the parades as well.
Yeah.
And we're quite loud.
And again, this is an open invitation for you guys to join us
Yes.
as guests. Come check it out. You're welcome to, film, do your social media and stuff. We have a great time to take it to, but you got to start from the beginning now. When we join up and have our meeting spot to where we drive out to the parade, it's a whole event.
yeah, there ain't showing up.
You're
right
not just
at,
showing up at the
Twice.
parade.
Yeah.
You're going
Yeah.
there. We're doing the parade and we're coming back because you need to have the full experience of it. And then that's where it's at. That's really. And thank you guys so much for allowing us to have, I guess, a small voice in everything a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we
but y'all
enjoy
have
it.
a huge impact on Mardi Gras. I mean,
It's
you know,
good to
like,
hear that.
like y'all
It's good to
said,
hear.
y'all participate in 37 parades or something like that.
32 this
Yeah.
year. So yeah,
I
we
mean,
got 32.
That's an amazing number of parades that you're leaving a dramatic mark on, and it's a positive mark, obviously. You
Yeah.
know,
And that's
So-
that's what it's all about. To make sure that we leave a positive mark on our community with the parades and stuff like that. That's what we're all about. Like, there's no negativity coming from this side of the room. We
Yeah.
enjoy everything we do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's just-
and once Barry told me that y'all reach out, I was like, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Because, y'all are equally highlighting the greatness of Carnival and parades and Mardi Gras.
You think,
And so we thank you
look
for
at
that
all
as
this.
well.
I mean, you think about the groups, and even in adding that, I mean, it's amazing what they get to do. Like the new marching groups and stuff now, the 610 Stompers,
Yeah.
the Milkmaids, the Pussyfooters, the Lazy Boys. Man,
Lazy
that's
Boys.
like
Yeah.
that's awesome. I like that's. But to know that they all have a cause, and it's not just them out there, but they're trying to support the community. They're doing their charitable stuff as well,
Yeah.
and it's amazing when all of this can come together.
Yeah, I mean-
and what we can do.
Got a lot of
it's-
we got a lot of
it's-
artists in the city.
oh yes,
A lot of artists. I mean, really, what other city in America does this?
yeah. So where every
Yeah.
different
No.
parade.
I don't care
Has a
what
different
Mobile
style
says. Y'all don't do it like we do it.
Mobile.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was a little kid, I lived in Mobile for a year, but I was kind of too young to realize that not every city had Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So I just assumed, I've lived in Metairie, New Orleans, and Mobile. And we all had Mardi Gras, so I was never without it. And then, went to North Carolina, whatever, a different year. I'm like, oh, when do we go to the parades? And it just never occurred to me that I just happened to live in the two cities that have Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man. But no, thank you. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
having
thank you
us.
guys. We really do appreciate this opportunity and stuff. And if you need anything for us, reach
Just
out.
ask.
All right,
Just
yeah.
ask.
Just ask.
Please, just
Yeah.
ask. you know?
Anytime y'all want to come back on, please.
Yeah, we can
Will
definitely
do.
get into some other stuff, and I think if you guys come ride with us and build some content up yourselves and check it
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
give that experience, to the masses, and you get to see that, and it's just it's a different world. It really is. It's awesome. So thanks again, guys. Yeah.
So, signing out. We'll see you on the route. If you like us, you can support us. You go to our website, you can purchase our shirts and
These
Couple
beautiful
other-
things.
a couple other goodies that we have out there. And be sure to follow us online as well. The links are all over here. And while you're at it, be sure to click that subscribe button down there and the little bell to stay in touch on when we put out new content. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the route.